Is anyone else in a reading slump? Like almost a year-long reading slump? Because I am. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. So if you're out there, and if you're watching this video, welcome. I have no idea how to get out of the reading slump. I wish I could tell you, but I am just lost. So if you have any tips or ideas or anything that could help me get out of this reading slump, just let me know, because I need all the help I can get. So I've been in the reading slump for, I think, almost a year now, for sure. I distinctly remember something changing in October or November of last year, and it's already September. So it's like, it's been 10, 11 months since that reading slump kind of crept up on me. I'm not sure what happened. I was doing so well last year, but towards the end of the year, it just hit me. And I don't know what happened necessarily. I feel like maybe, there are things that are going on in the world and in the country right now that may or may not affect my emotional, mental state. So I think that affects your reading enjoyment, or at least it does for me. But also, I don't know, kind of feel like it's maybe because I'm in a, I don't know. I wouldn't say a rut, but I would say it's like, I feel like I'm stuck. So, and that's why I'm starting this little project, just so that I can exercise some creativity, or like stimulate my brain or my mind, and just kind of go from there and see what changes, or what improves, or what gets worse. Hopefully nothing gets worse, but just to kind of have like a little hobby or a side project besides just going to work, and just feeling like I'm in stagnation. So we'll see. Wish me luck. So like I said, I've been in a reading slump for a long time, and I've been reading books for sure this whole year. I just haven't been reading as much as I used to. I honestly have lost count as to how many books I've read this year, but it's certainly not anywhere near as close as I usually read. So I'm trying not to be hard on myself, because it's, reading is reading no matter how slow or how many books I read or how many pages I read. But the thing about it is that reading is such a big part of my life, and I love it so much. It's like my passion. So the fact that I'm not really reading, I think that kind of, it points to something. I wouldn't say that it's wrong with me, but it might be like a symptom of something else. So this is like a little self-exploration project, but really I think that I just want to read and like share that journey with people, just trying to get out of the reading slump. And if you're in a reading slump as well, just, let me know how you're dealing with it, how you're feeling about it, how long you've been in a reading slump. Have you been in a reading slump before? Because I have been in a reading slump before, for sure. And I don't remember ever having a reading slump this bad. Like, this is almost a year long. I feel like maybe before, but it's been several years, but so I don't really remember when and how long it happened. But this year for sure has been so long and so painful, excruciatingly so. So here I am. I am currently reading a book called Promise Me Sunshine. So it's like a little romance slow burn book, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm reading it on my Kindle, and I am buddy reading it with a friend from work, and it's really nice, to have someone to read a book with and you just to kind of talk about it afterwards. So I think that might help, and also, talking to you guys about the books that I read, the struggles as a reader, or struggles of getting out of a reading slump, and all of you, or talking to all of you. If there's anyone out there, give me a signal. So really, I just wanted to check in and introduce myself a little bit and just read for a little bit. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hi, welcome back. It is Saturday again. It's been a whole week since I last checked in with you. And have I been reading? That is an excellent question. Yes and no. I've been reading a little bit, but not nearly as enough as I would like. Don't know why. I know that I'm in the reading slump. I just don't know why I can't get myself out of this freaking reading slump. I'm going to show you. Hold on a sec. So last week, when I checked in, I was reading Promise Me Sunshine by Kara Bustone, and I am still reading that book. Last Saturday, a whole week ago, I was at 48%, and so I checked in with you guys. I said that I was going to read. That was my favorite thing to do on a Saturday night, and it still is. But I only read a little bit before I got tired and sleepy, and then I got distracted, and then I went to bed. And so since then, I've only read very little. Again, I was at 48%. I am now at 57%. So I've only read like 9% more of this book in a week. I have no idea how many pages that is. I forgot to keep track, but I'm barely on page 222, and it's about 365 pages, I believe. So I am a little bit, obviously I'm at 57%, so I'm a little bit over halfway through, but I don't understand why I can't seem to get over this reading slump. And I think that there are different reasons why, because I'm not just in a reading slump. I feel like I'm in a bit of a slump, like a life slump. I feel like I am stuck a little bit, and so I think that kind of just impacts all facets of my life, including reading. And unfortunately, I don't know how to get out of this reading slump. But it is a journey, and I need to live through it, and I'm willing to live through it. I'm willing to learn through this experience and just live through it, because I don't have any other choice. But even if I did have the choice, Who am I kidding? I probably wouldn't choose to go through this, but if this is what I have to go through, then this is what I have to go through, and I will figure it out. Or maybe I won't, but I will be okay either way. And I just want to... I think I just want to be okay. I want to be able to enjoy the things that I love to do, which is reading, writing. Those are my two loves, my passions. But as of right now, I feel very passionless about them. So they still bring me joy, but also I think that I'm putting too much pressure on myself to read and to write, that it just kind of makes me not want to do either of them, just because there's a lot of resistance coming from within me. I have no idea why. I don't know where it's coming from, but I just know that I have that resistance and I have to deal with that. But, that's okay. There are worse things to go through. So I am very fortunate in that sense, but this is still my experience. This is still my journey. I just want to spend the rest of the weekend reading and writing. Again, I'm currently at 57% of the way of this book, and then hopefully by the end of the weekend I will be done. Maybe that's a little too much to ask, too high of a goal, but for now that's what I'm hoping to reach. And then in terms of my writing, the thing about my writing is that I always start the book, the novel, and then I just never finish it. I get to a certain point where I'm like, I guess a little bit overwhelmed and maybe a little burnt out, and then I just like drop the book and I just stop writing. And then I let some weeks, months pass by, and then I'm like, okay, I'm ready to try again. Then the same thing happens again. And it's like this cycle, is never ending cycle. So my goal for the next few months is to break from that cycle. And I'm hoping that with starting this YouTube channel, I will keep myself accountable and I will share my journey with other people. Hopefully, I can find other people going through the same thing and we can form this little support group community just to, cheer each other out, cheer on each other, support each other, and just be there for each other. So if you're going through that, or if you're in a reading slump, if you're in a writing slump, or if you're just in a life slump, let me know. But also, just so you know, you're not alone. I am right there with you, and we will get through this. This is not, though, my intentions are not for this to be like a motivational channel. I just want to share my journey and find other people, because sometimes motivation is very hard for me, and I actually look to other people for motivation. So it's just some girl, me. I'm some girl with a dream, and I want to hold myself accountable. And so this is where I'm at. So thank you for watching. I'll check in a little bit. Bye. Or later. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be. We'll see. Bye for now. Bye.